Welcome back, crew. We got a lot to cover today in today's short little video. We got Bitcoin that is battling some macro headwinds. We got Ethereum that's bouncing off of the support and lows. And we got a little surprise with XRP out there, huh? Nice little rally in XRP. Did we not map it out for you? But don't get twisted. This is not your usual Monday chop. The market is trying to shake you out. Are you paying attention or are you starting to panic? Well, we're going to break it all down for you. Welcome back, crew. It's your boy Tom here, bringing you the hottest in crypto and Bitcoin action. Make sure you give us a like. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure you come on over to X and follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin, crypto all day, every day. All right, let's get right back into it. Let's get into it. It is Monday morning, getting ready for the next market option. We got like right here, we got Justin's trade showing right now. Bitcoin's trading right around 114,004, bouncing off a weekend low near 111.8 or 112,256. All depends on what broker you have. Right now, Justin's trading inverse head and shoulders pattern. Got to get in a live stream. I'm going to take you over to WeX, the broker of our choice, where we actually showcase all these trades. Low fees, fast execution. All right, so in Bitcoin, he's got an average entry price of 117. Not panicking. He's got a plan he's following. Right now, ROI is down 23.72. Also has a long Ethereum trade. Discussed this yesterday in yesterday's video. I think yesterday's video is a great little video. Didn't get as many views as I'd like it to get. So get your friends to go watch our video from yesterday. It was pretty good. He actually let the Ethereum price come to him. He got average entry price of 3,400. Right now, it's trading at 3,562. ROI is 47.4%. Get in the live streams. Get in the live streams coming up Wednesday at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right, let's get into our famous little 2-hour chart that I like to use, and we'll talk about what's happening in Bitcoin itself. All right. Got an Andrews pitchfork up, and we got a Fibonacci channels that are running right now. Right now, we bounced off the low. I said that if we broke this low, we could travel down to right here, 111, 112. We did. Marketplace has now traded up, and it's coming up to this upper time. Actually, this is a fib channel level right here. We're trying to break through the fib channel. Now, it is critical for us right now to get above 115.8. That's the points that we were talking about that the market couldn't close below, and it's still an important point for us. Don't close below 115.7. We need to recover this, okay? Or else we're going to be just in a bunch of chop. All right, we're going to be just in this area right here, potentially even going down to the 109 buy area, where I said that would be an excellent place to add. So not panicking about it, we're just putting it out there is what the market needs to do. It needs to recover that level, okay? And I think we're going to recover it. It may take a few days to do it, but I think that we are going to do it. Right now, we have a 6% recovery in the last 24 hours, but we're still down 3% from the recent high of 118, all right? It's critical, like I just said, that we recover the 115.18 to stabilize, or we could test the new low that we have at that 112 and potentially even go down to 109. But as we showed before, we need to recover the 115, but we honestly think that the last dip was a gift, and I'm going to show you that. We're trading our plan right now. We see the bullish retest. We think the dip was a gift. Most people panicked on it. We did not. We actually just shrugged our shoulder and said, okay, we're following our plan. We're now locked in, riding some profits, and that was only the retest. What we're looking for, once we get the recovery over 115.8, we'll be trading between 115.8 and say 18,005, building another solid base for the next leg up to try to attack the $123,000 high. So we got momentum building. We know that expansion is coming next. So we're going to stay sharp. And we know that the herd always arrives after the move. They're never before. They're always second guessing themselves. They always arrive afterwards. Now, what's the excuses for the pullback? Well, here's the excuses, okay? All macro excuses: U.S. tariffs, Fed policy stagnation, and disappointing jobs data have kept the bulls hesitant. But there's no excuse for this structure, Okay, there is absolutely no excuse for the Wyckoff structure that has shown up here. We know that the spring is here. Okay, this is the final setup before Bitcoin goes vertical. Okay, every cycle, this move caught the herd sleeping. It's happening again. So you got to pay attention to this. If you don't want to be caught, not getting involved in this, and missing out, well, just disregard this chart right now. So every cycle, this move caught the herd sleeping. Not this time, because we're making you alert to it. So position before the breakout or chase it. Now we have to watch. We have to definitely watch that 115 to 118,000 level. Okay. However, we know that the liquidation risk between, like, if it blows below 109, we know that there's going to be a lot of sell-off because there's people positioned. There's a lot of liquidation down there. But however, if we're looking at the long term, the final crypto, the parabolic wave is forming in Bitcoin. All right, the crowd's going to rush in. The pros are going to exit at 180, 190,000. Okay, every cycle ends the same. First strength, then a dump afterwards. If you look at it, like here was consolidation, breakout, strength, dump. Okay, breakout. Okay, now we're looking for it to come back up into here. This would be consolidation and then strength. All up in here, we're seeing the coin going. Okay, so we're not fooled by like what this marketplace is doing right now, and neither should you. All right, Bitcoin is definitely heading much, much higher, in our humble opinion. Now, let's go on over to Ethereum. Ethereum has been quite interesting, and I want to bring this up. Ethereum is showing some fight. It's up 2.2%, trading near 3,560 right now, after dipping as low as 3,450. Now, 7 years, we had 2 touches and 1 breakout. It's riding the same channel that it took it from 100 to 4,000. RSI reset is complete. Momentum is primed for liftoff. You just got to be patient. It's happening. Don't get caught without some Ethereum in your portfolio. You're going to regret it, again, in our opinion. Now, we believe the next stop is straight to the top of the channel and beyond. Top of the channel right now sits at like 20,000. We think that once we've showed you the market map before, we said that once we break 4,000, we're thinking that the first stop is going to be about 4,800 with a pullback and then a breakout again heading towards 6,000, and then it's going to fly. Okay. Now we're still down 8 to 9% on the week. But really, if we look at Ethereum, we have a flash here that only happens once in a short period of time. Okay. Ethereum versus Bitcoin. It just printed a 3-week MACD golden cross. Last time in 2020, okay, right before Ethereum left Bitcoin in the dust, it just took it right over. Now, we're seeing some rotation happening. Okay, Bitcoin dominance is still around like 61%. So it hasn't been full scale yet, but this chart is pointing the direction. Okay, so now Ethereum is leaner, more scalable, and institutional backed. This isn't the start of the reversal, it's the continuation, and it's also the confirmation. So what's helping Ethereum stay afloat? Well, okay, we're talking about staking flows, DeFi activity, and institutional utility is still anchoring in. But I want to bring you to a post that we put up on X, and it's all for all crypto, but especially for altcoins, right? All altcoins that are involved in really good projects. I want to show you this. Okay, this post that we have put up on X, we got Mr. Navarov right here. He's saying not trillions, quadrillions are going to be entered into the altcoin market. The tokenization wave isn't coming for a sector. It's coming for everything. It's coming for bonds, real estate, derivatives. The entire financial system is going to be brought on chain. That's every freaking penny of US dollar. Every freaking, I don't know even what they call cents in euro, probably cents. I don't even know myself. I just know euro. It's going to be every euro. It's going to be everything is coming on chain. If you don't see like the future. Okay, if you're just stuck in the quagmire of short-term price action, you're not overlooking at the complete future of this, you're missing out. Zoom out, look at what the guy's saying. He's talking quadrillions coming into this marketplace. Okay, now Ethereum itself, if we come on over and we're going to look at Ethereum on this chart right here, Ethereum is, the resistance is around 3680 right now. Just like if we look back in 2016, 2017, see the resistance right here? Once it broke this pin bar, it just took right off, okay? It's repeating 2016 and 2017. Last time, 10x in months. This time, there's more liquidity, more adoption, and institutional firepower behind it. Miss it, and you're going to be buying it for those who didn't miss it. It's the same setup. Look at it. Okay, now it's a fractal. Now, we talked about fractals yesterday in yesterday's video. Look at this. We had this top right here. This is the top that we got to break through. Okay, so really the first phase we need to get through is the 3600, 3700 level, and then we're on our way to break the 4000, and it's repeating exactly what happened here. I just showed you that. Look, you see the resistance right there? There's the pin bar. Okay, well, you got the same situation that's happening right now. Once we break free from this, Ethereum is in moon mode. We're talking 30,000 eventually. We'll go one step at a time. Don't want to get too ahead of our skis. We need to break the 4,800. Then we're looking at 6,000 potential pullback, then potentially 10 to 20,000 in the coin. All right, so that's what we got going on. Now, the rest of the altcoin market, all right, is still a little bit shaky. But we could see that Bitcoin is starting to fade a little bit as a dominance. And Bitcoin season is fading slightly. Altcoin season is igniting. Look at this chart. Zoom out. This chart nailed 2018 and 2021 perfectly. Now it's flashing alt season confirmed for 2025. The rotation is real. Timing is going to be everything. Okay, the altcoin season is so hard to like time perfectly. Every time you think you're getting it, there's a pullback. There's some type of macro news that throws us off the game. But we see it. If you look at this chart itself, don't wait for headlines. Position early. Get into the coins that you think, that are good utility coins, okay? Because as I pointed to Mr. Navarov's X post, we're talking quadrillions are coming into this marketplace. This is where legends are made, okay? It really is. So we got Solana, ADH, Doge, all down between 3 to 6% over the last couple of days. But all in all, if we look at the altcoin market with a golden cross flashing right in front of our eyes, golden cross flashing right in front of our eyes, 50 MA just crossed the 200 MA. Every cycle, this signal front runs explosive rallies. Again, patience is in order right now. You need to be patient, okay? So right now, momentum is going to start to ignite here, and fortunes are going to be made. The clock is ticking. Those who move now write the headlines later. But there's one altcoin right now that's making some noise. Now, we've been talking about it. XRP popped up 5% today, leading the charge in what looks like a micro rotation into the XRP ledger ecosystem. So did we not map this out for you? I want to take you over to the XRP chart and just reiterate what we talked about. We had an Andrews pitchfork on it. Okay, we said that it had to hold like 280. It dipped down below it. I said we could possibly get down to this time right here, like 268. It came just shy of it. And we had the $3 mark that we needed to get through. So what did good old, what does it look like right now? Well, the most important thing that we have to hold right now is this little pivot down here. Okay, that level has to hold. Now, we need to get up through 3 and start using 3 as a support point. That could potentially take us right back to that 323 that needs to be broken. Now, it's going to be a little while. Okay, so just be patient with it. I know the XRP army, they want it to go to $500 right away. Well, you're going to have to be patient. A lot of things are working through the system right now. So, the map is here for you. Watch the 280 level. It needs to hold. It spiked through a little bit. I don't like that it did that. For me, that's always like an indication that we could drift lower before we get the rally up. Doesn't always happen, but in my experience of 30 years doing this, it seems to be able to do that once around. The only like positive factor is if I open this up, you see the last bar, it did go a little bit deeper and then popped. So perhaps it is done. I'm not 100% convinced yet. I think that we're going to track around between, say, 3 and like 280 for a little while and then pop up. So it's going to be, patience is going to be required in XRP. But eventually, I do think that XRP is going to be, a $6 coin. It's just going to take a little while before it to get there. Or maybe not. This is crypto trading. It could be there tomorrow for all I know. So right now it's trading around 302, which is good. Needs to hold the 3. If we could hold the 3, we're going to trade between 3 and like 318, 320, and then we could try to attack that 325 that we really need to get through, and then eventually attack the top. All right, so remember, this is like this short term could be signaling a short term divergence play, but you got to stay cautious because sentiment across all altcoins right now remains risk averse. So what's the driving moves? All right, macro is still the boss right now. The Fed baloney, the tariff stress, the low appetite across the markets. Actually, we're just really seeing right now just like no interest with retail at all. So, I mean, we're trading our plan, the Bitcoin breakout pattern that we made you well aware of recently. We're in it. Okay. Now, we know that we're waiting for some regulatory updates from the SEC and the White House. They haven't really ignited any real upside yet. There's too much uncertainty with those suits. Okay, so right now, technically, Bitcoin's caught between a retest of support and a potential deeper liquidation to 109. Now, I think that the bulls are going to show up this week. I don't think that really deep retest is going to happen, but we're prepared for it. Okay, we're not moving. We're trading our plan. We know that we can even go down as deep as 106. But here's what we got to watch for this week. 115,008, 116 is really important for Bitcoin. If we can break above it, okay, we could start to see a flush out of all the shorts that took place at 112. Okay, if we can't break above it and we drop below, say, the 112, we're looking at 109. We could see a flush down to 109. But if the level of 115.8 holds, the door opens for 118, 120 retests. And that's going to catch everybody by the short hairs because a lot of people are thinking this is over, it's going back down. It's not. Even if we retrace to 106, we're still in good shape. It's not a problem. I mean, we showed you where this thing is headed. We talked about that on this chart right here where we said, Bitcoin is headed to the upper stratosphere, 180,000, 200,000. And then we would be looking to take profits there. Anybody want to give me a bid for 180,000 right now for a coin? I'll hit you. I'll go yours at 180 because it's going to come off. But we're, again, not getting ahead of our skis. That's where we think that Bitcoin's going. So Ethereum strength is above 3,600 right now. So that's the important point for Ethereum. We got to look at it right here, 3,600. A hold above like 3,600 is starting to break out of the wedge and get us on our way. Now, of course, it's been taking a little while. We're trading right now at 36.08 right now, which is a good sign. Great sign for Justin's trade. Make sure you get into live streams. Again, I'll show you on WeX the trades that we have running right now. The Bitcoin long 117 and the Ethereum scoop at 3,400, now trading at 36.10. Make sure you get in the live stream, guys. Make sure you get in the live stream and gals. Okay, make sure you join our free Telegram trading community. All right, before we wrap up, I got to make sure you're well aware of our free trading community. Right in the links, you click this link, you'll be taken over to our Telegram free trading community where you can join, where we drop insane alpha and trading opportunities every day. Don't want to get, you can't beat the price. It's a free trading room. Come on in, man. Get your feet wet. You don't like it, you could always get your money back, right? Also, if you want to follow our trades on our trusted broker, you come on over, you click this link in the description, you'll be taken over to WeX. The broker of our choice, low fees, fast execution. All right. So what do you got to do? Well, you got to make sure you come on over and you follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin, crypto all day, every day, and we drop insane alpha, just like that X post I just showed you by Mr. Narov. All right. So what do you got to do? You got to trade with your head, not over it. Okay. You got to do your own research. All right. You got to basically join the Telegram trading community. You got to get in on live streams on this Wednesday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Now, I want you to just finishing off with this. What's happening right now? This is the markets that are happening right now are where real traders are forged. Don't just react. Read the structure. Stick to your edge and move with conviction, just like Justin did when he had an order placed in Ethereum and he waited for the market to come to him. This is the type of trading style that you need to adopt, of course, with your own personality. So we're watching the macro, the charts, and the flows. Stay sharp out there. Make sure you keep our X open, and I will see you on the next video. And remember, always, as a short-term trader, enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.